Hello and welcome to the talk series on Guiding Lights by Zaggle. I'm Payal Gandhi Hoon, your host, bringing you up close for some riveting conversations with some of the brightest HR leaders. Today, I have someone with me who is a seasoned HR professional with more than 20 years of experience. He's worked with IT and non banking financial companies and Computer Networking Institute and has also proudly served the nation in the defense services. He's skilled in strategic HRM and is invested in developing talent through coaching, mentoring, individual development programs. He's also led OD interventions, enabling organizations to be future ready. His passion for people development has inspired him to be a practitioner psychotherapist and a certified facilitator with focus on developing senior management. He's also a guest lecturer at various B schools. On that note, I'd like to take this opportunity of welcoming Mr. Sudhir Dhar, Group CHRO at Motilal Oswal Financial Services Limited, to be the guiding light today. Welcome, Sudhir.
Thanks, Payal.
So, Sudhir, let's get rolling with the first question that we're curious to know. What would you say have been some of your qualities and mindset that has attributed to your success in HR?
I have become HR by default, not a design. Because actually, what you said, I'm an engineer by qualification. And then I said that, okay, I have a love for people and I know how to grow people. Can I join something which actually is meaning of my life? And I engage with that and get a pleasure every day to do it. That's an happiness I get from it every day. What is there? Because naturally my trade and my Gallup tells me that I'm a person futuristic. With that strength, what I early in my career I could understand, that's a strength and that's a God gift I have. I said, why don't I leverage? I can see what is people around can't see it. And if I can see the challenge before the people see it, why don't I prepare the people for the challenge? And how I put a model to it so that once we are in that position, I have 2-3 people to help me there. I think that has been one of my strength or God gift, what has helped me so far.
Thank you so much, Sudhir. So you did say futuristic approach is what has been something that's been beneficial for you. So I'm going to move on to something that you worked immensely on, that is HR as well as OD, organizational development. Essentially, the role of HR started out by managing employee life cycles, from beginning from hiring to exit, or also taking care of compliance, adhering to legalities. And on the other hand, OD, organizational development, has had a transformational approach because it's all about applying behavioral science to help organizations improve their individuals and processes. So my question really is around, now HR has started taking more of a transformational approach, and it is establishing itself as a strategic partner. And essentially, OD and the lines between OD and HR are blurring. What are your views on this? And also would be interesting to know in your career, if you've had the opportunity, I'm sure you would have managed a lot of challenges around HR and OD, and how did you really transverse that and kind of impact the business in a positive manner?
What you put it rightly, it's a two things of same coin. One is HR and one is OD. And I think HR, if you talk first, it is running the trains every day. Is how you get people, how you keep them engaged, how you keep them motivated, get best efficiency out of him, pay them in time, and have some events and some fun and those things. The things works on because you hire the people and you have a responsibility of developing them, developing the individual, developing the organization in collective way. Now that's what is my core role. There are two things which basically HR philosophy says, that you buy the resource or you build the resource. If you don't have capability to build the resource, actually you land in paying the more. It is just like a cooking the food at home or buying it from outside. Means everything has its own pluses and minuses, but ideally everybody knows that it's better to cook. The people will stay back with you because you made their career. You are emotionally with them. So I think nine years before, I could find out that there's something by default happening in the organization. Means people are growing. I just saying that some numbers. The people are so many old in an organization. Some people get stagnated. Some people grow. I said, okay, if something is happening naturally in an organization, how we put a model to it? So what we decided is said, okay, I will pick up every year 100 plus people as a key talent, and I will work with them only and build the future for them. And if I am able to create the future leaders out of them, our organization will never have a challenge to hire from outside.
Thank you for sharing that. And today because today's conversation series is really around the guiding light series, as you know, and you are a guiding light on this talk. I'll be curious to understand really who has or who all have been your guiding lights in your career and have influenced your life and your career choices.
That's true, because you need to have some mentors or somebody who tell you that what works, what that. But there have been it's a journey again. Means I had my own mentors who have helped me to say that what is not working for you and what is working for you. And it's a journey. I think I'm still not perfect. I don't know so many things still. And it's a journey, because I have worked under Marshall Goldsmith also, Ram Charan also. It helped me a lot how people think differently. Means how we let go our own what we have learned. Means let's not get in a spread. I know everything. I did everything in life. I think if you get into those things, next is that you will fall from there. No, there's nothing else you can do. Can you always say, okay, I listen to you with a burden of understanding, not a burden of responding. I say respond I can do anytime as a leader, but let me have a curiosity to understand. I think Marshall also taught me, ask more, tell less. Means how much time you ask, how you question it. Means I'm a qualified coach as a PCC. Means I did a international credentials I have. I think that made me learn. Normally, can you speak less, and that helps a lot, because you learn more, you understand more.
So I was going through one of the interviews and thought leaderships that you made a point in, where you said that there's been a paradigm shift in employee expectations and aspirations, and today's employees expect qualitative value addition through work. And while employees want to take high risks, I think they are also very, very aware of the kind of recognition and appreciation that they expect in return from their organization. So, Sudhir, it will be nice to know how is it that your organization is really applying rewards and recognition and employee benefits in terms of managing employees and also their experiences.
While the things have changed over a period of time, if I go back to my childhood and see that, okay, we had a limited resource by that time. It's everything, there was no computer, nothing. We had physical books to read and do it. Environment around us was that, okay, you might have getting the slap by teacher also, as well as parents also. That was a normal. But that is not the reality. I don't dream now any parent slaps or any teacher you manhandles a child. Now that's what people are growing with, that culture. Now if they are coming to the organization, you have to handle it rightly. Because if you start becoming the old boss, I think he's not going to work here. I say that you have to care a lot for the person and then challenge him directly. First thing is caring, is how you create that relationship with it. And once you create that relationship, then you can challenge him. He'll not feel bad. See, there are many rewards and recognition for employees. It may be on spot, quarterly, and those things. I believe most of the organization will have. We have a heritage scheme wherein the people who have been 10 years in the organization, they get different benefits. They can buy a car on the company expenses on those. I mean, every time you just keep on growing in an organization, you'll be entitled for different benefits and rewards. We keep on acknowledging the people who have contributed to us. We recently have an event, we named it Continuous Contribution. We say that okay, people who have been with us for 10 years, whether an office boy, outsourced guy, anybody, we called him in our office or in our tower along with the family and kids. We said that we want to facilitate. We just put a guideline to him and gifted him a gold coin saying that thanks. It was because of you we could do this much. I want to appreciate the contribution you made to the company. I think it was a big thing for people. People got emotionally. I see so many families talking and wives talking that I think this is the best organization. And you connecting beyond that individual to family then.
Thank you for sharing, Sudhir. And another question that I have is really, what is that one HR trend that you're following very closely?
See, one HR trend what I am closely monitoring, I think HR, what we have been doing, and I think 80% of the time we were busy on running those trains may go off because it's automated. I can realize it. In last 2 years, I was, I think, in a corner of India, and I recruited 8,000 people, 6,000, 7,000 people, without having any HR person in any of the office and giving them appointment letter and those things. Because that is the vision I had that's a futuristic vision. I said that these things system can do. You don't have to do anything. You enable the system and it will do the needful, and you have scalability all those things. Means if you are 10 people doing it, I think we could have never hired those people. How you automate the things, how you create those platforms wherein we save that 80% of time, the system does it. Second thing is how you understand the people better. I think from a boss, how I move to the coach. Can I move from a boss to the coach? Because actually, if I coach him rightly, he will enhance his skills. That's going to benefit me, and that's going to and having a capability asking the right questions rather than telling him what to do. It's quite natural when people come to us and before they open their mouth and we start dictating what to do. I think can we be quiet for a while, and whenever he stops, say that anything more you want to tell him, then I still have a time to put my verdicts and judgmental to it. But listen without the burden of responding. Just having that understanding. I think this is going to change dramatically. Means people, you need to be patient. You need to respect the people. You need to see what they're talking. Can we ask the right question and nurture them? Get out of the bossing around.
Right. So two themes that I clearly hear from you and trends you're saying. One is automation, that's really the business side of things and practical, addresses the practical needs. And the other element that you called out is really being a coach for employees and the human resources, which really takes care of the human needs. And the final question, what is your sign-off line?
Everything is achievable. Differentiate between difficult and impossible. These are two different times. Don't see difficult as impossible. That's what to be careful.
That's a very motivating note that we are wrapping up on. So thank you so much, Sudhir, for being the guiding light on the Guiding Light series by Zaggle. It was a pleasure to interact and talk with you. Thank you.
Thanks, Paul. My pleasure.